video, we're going to be covering the basics of TouchDesigner and central navigation maneuvers. If you come into my default network, I have a project from Glassov AV. He runs How to Touch Academy. Really wicked stuff that they run there. And this is essentially just a node animation for the operator top here, which is a circle. And right off the bat, we see some indicators that there are connections and communications going on inside of our network. So if we get started here, we can see that these little lines right here are transferring data, meaning that from my null one to my table dat, there's some kind of data transfer happening. It's not necessarily a node to node transfer, as you see here, but there's some kind of communication happening. So if we go ahead and click our dat operator and we press P, we can see here that the SOP being brought into the table is null1, which ends up being our circle SOP operator. Now, that highlights a relationship in between a SOP and a dat. If we come into here and check out our CHOP, which is our channel operator, our SOP being our surface operator, and our DAT being our data operator. So that's a tongue twist almost. We see that this LFO CHOP is oscillating at a certain rate in which, again, there's another data transfer through this little arrow here, but there's no specific node to node connection, right? So we go here and we can see that my rotate is being dictated by this LFO. Sorry, my scale, not my rotate, my scale. I have a rotate that I brought in through abstime.seconds, and that's what's making it rotate as well as it's scaling. So if we go ahead and take this rotate, get rid of it, you'll notice it's only growing in and out now, according to this LFO frequency. So if we make this frequency very fast, whoa, right? But that reverse rotation is coming from my abstime.seconds, and that is the Python command for absolute time in seconds, and then it times it by 100. So it's a, what would this be, an algorithm? No, just an equation. So if I times this by 10,000, that thing is spinning at RPM speeds, right? Great. So another thing that we have here is, I mean, we can do that everywhere. I can take this abstime.seconds, copy it. I hope that makes some sense. Now, the circle operator is the operator that's being brought around. And the reason why the actual operator is spinning around like a node is because we have it through this replicator. And again, I will link the tutorial for this Glassov hookup. It just always reminds me that I can have fun with TouchDesigner. So it's a nice reminder coming into here that we're about to have fun. So I'll quickly explain the overall layout. If you press P, whatever operator you're clicked on will bring up or pull up the parameters. Again, so if you're on the CHOP, a SOP, or a top, your parameters will come up depending on if you press P. There we go. You can see it down at the bottom left of my screen here. Now, if we go ahead and press tab, it pulls up our operator families, tops being our texture operators, chops being our channel operators, SOPs are our surface operators, mats are our materials, DATs are our data operators, and comp is our composites, which are basically networks that are kind of already built in or ready to take action on a bit more of a application like use instead of just a specific type use, depending on if it's textures or channels or surfaces that you're looking to use. Essentially, like a, for instance, a button can be a combination of these things. Um, so super useful, all of these. And it's good to start to get to know each family one by one, how they can talk back and forth to one another. Because one of the mistakes that I made at first was I thought I could just plug in node to node on everything, but I wasn't aware that you could actually drag a SOP into your table, right? And draw data from there, let alone alter it